We're gonna do Maid Cafe with our crew. We can't shoot at Maid Cafe though, so I can't show you guys, but it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a concept that's popular in Japan. And yeah, so it's a tradition that we've had. I think this is our 3rd year going, and we're pretty excited. We're waiting for one more person also to be sat. So yeah. The crew.
You suck up.
#1 maid ever.
Ichiban.
Chris is the #1 maid. Yeah.
You are #1 girl.
I'm gonna modify that line. I can't believe you paid for this.
So close.
I never should have given you money.
I can't believe you like me like that.
I sometimes like you.
Think everything that you love about your wife, just think about it, just flip it on its head and just channel that. Or channel like every time she like steals it.
Are you trying to?
Or she's stealing
No.
French fries.
I do not steal your French
Steal my
fries.
French fries.
We share them.
I say, woman, do you want fries? You're like, no, I don't want fries. I don't want my own order of fries. Drive me home. Pigs with fries. It's bullshit.
Think of the mountains of French fries over the years that she has eaten.
Now imagine if they were
like 4 years, it's about 1,000 fries.
We've been together 5 years.
5 years.
Almost
Long enough.
5.
Hands up my tongue.
I want to trade this for a pound of fries.
Yeah, like just get it into a bowl and just put
You don't-
out.
He doesn't eat.
You got to throw in a baka.
Yeah,
Oh, baka, yeah.
I would love you, but me, baka. Baka baka she.
Baka daddy.
I'm not with the cool kids on this lingo.
Baka means idiot.
Yeah.
Fool. I call you fool.
Foo. Foo. Oishi. Oh, okay.
Fire.
Water.
Air.
Silver.
Fries.
Oishi. Oishi.
Spirit.
Got a lot of spirit fingers, got a lot of spirit fingers, got a lot of jazz hands.
We got spirit. Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you?
Jazz hands is a very serious condition.
Jazz hands and spirit fingers are different. You have jazz hands, you need spirit fingers.
Yeah.
Know the difference.
Okay.
Jason, you gotta commit.
Ow, it hurts.
You gotta commit.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much spirit.
Come on, old man. You can do it.
Oh, the
If
blood of the
Goku
Sage
can
One
make a
boil.
spirit ball to save humanity, you can do this.
Suck it up. Suck up spirit.
Out of curiosity, did y'all buy any Made for a Minute?
All of us.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
All but 2.
How do we, who's the last two?
Those 2.
Which two?
At the end of the day.
This one?
Those two.
The hippie and the beautiful lady at the end. Why are you so red?
The cheeks are quite.
How adorable.
He's always red.
Snow Daddy Mountain.
I think he's more red now. Just know I can kill all of you if I really wanted to.
I think I'm the one who calls him that.
Are we ready? Everybody. Okay. Go.
大胆不敵エッジセルトニックこれはもしや恋ではフェアリーレディーエボリューション
Hey, I wanted to do a recap of Maid Cafe. We've been going to Maid Cafe at Katsucon for about 4 years now, and we've always enjoyed it. The food is always mediocre, and it's not real Japanese food. Like, I say like real because I'll go over it. So if you're not familiar with Maid Cafe, they're popular in Japan. It's like they treat you and like, you know, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, they like serve you food and stuff like that, but like kind of like in an anime type of matey sort of way. They're popular in Japan, and at some anime conventions they do maid cafes. And so this maid cafe for Katsucon is also a big charity. So all the money raised goes directly to Relay for Life. And we've been doing it for, I think we thought this was our 4th year of doing Maid Cafe. We've always had plenty of fun. I didn't think we were allowed to take photos and videos, but you actually, you have to pay to take photos and videos, so I opted to pay the $15. It goes to charity. I didn't really mind. So I got a little bit more video, a little bit more photos than I normally do. I didn't try to video a ton, just out of respect for everybody. And we just have a lot of fun. The food, do not go to this Maid Cafe for the food. So it's Japanese type food, but the Gaylord actually is the ones prepping the food. So the actual, the maids and the butlers are actually volunteers. I think they have to audition for it, if I'm familiar, if I remember correctly. So every year it can change because they are volunteers. Though we've had some people that one of them we really like. Her name is Yuki. We really like her. But we had Cherry. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. She was super adorable, super sweet. You can request if you want a male butler, a female butler, a male maid, a female maid, but it's not guaranteed. Definitely make a reservation for this because they do book fast, and it's a booking fee, so it's $5. It goes directly for Relay for Life, but it's your guaranteed ticket in. And because I heard a lot of people will try to get on the wait list, and I hear some people will stand there for 2 or 3 hours and not get in. So definitely Katsucon. From what I understand, Katsucon actually doesn't run the reservations. It's actually the people in charge of Maid Cafe send the link to Katsucon, and the Katsucon posts it for public. So they actually don't run the reservations. But usually, traditionally, the Maid Cafe kind of opens up pretty late. It's usually the first week of February, the end of January, first week in February. So, I just always keep Katsucon's Facebook page as the top notifications on my Facebook so I can see it. And so that's how you get a reservation. And then when you go in, you check in because, another thing about the reservation. So the time slot, you can select anywhere from 1 to 5 people. 5 people. And and so because we had 10 people in our party, I registered for 2 slots at noon. And so we can have up to 10 people. A lot of our friends didn't come to Katsucon this year, but we still had 8 people show up. And so if you had a party of 15, you can't all be seated together because their spacing isn't that. They don't have a huge amount of spacing, so it would have to be broken up. We have fun. The food, I didn't video me eating the food because of where we were sitting. It was super, the lighting was just awful. And every time I went to go, the backlighting was horrible. But I did take pictures and stuff like that. And you do not do this experience for the food. The food is actually really mediocre. It actually was kind of horrible today. I usually get the I forgot how they sell it, the rice ball onigiri, and it's filled with salmon. I got mostly a rice ball. It had this much of salmon, and the pricing is like Gaylord hotel food pricing, so it wasn't cheap. But I mean, I never go for the food. I go for the experience, and that's definitely do not go for the food. You can play it safe with the dumplings, the miso soup. They have bento boxes. Chris didn't mind his. But they had yakisoba, and yakisoba is usually the fried noodles. But it was funny because my other friend, whose name is Chris, got yakisoba. I think he got chicken with his, and then my other friend got yakisoba with pork. But their yakisobas were completely different. Chris's had more udon-looking noodles, and then my friend Jason's noodles look like soba rice noodles, which aren't yakisoba noodles. And plus, yakisoba is typically fried noodles. So really what they got was 2 bowls of ramen. And then Stan's friend she's a vegetarian, and her dumplings had chicken in them. She bit into it. Like, they told her, like, oh, they're vegetarian. Because she was like, I don't know if these are vegetarian. And they're like, oh, they're vegetarian. And then she bit into it, and it was chicken inside. She was like, no, this is chicken. And they were like, oh, well, there's vegetables in it. And I was just like, for a hotel restaurant like the Gaylord, who, like, is the people that are supplying the food, I was like, that's a huge oversight. You know, I'm a huge carnivore, but you have to respect people's eating choices. So that was actually kind of like really bizarre that they had vegetable dumplings on the menu, but they were chicken and vegetable. I'm like, most dumplings have a little bit of veggies in them, but that was just a huge oversight. And some people were she was a little bit chiller about it, but there's some people that like cannot have meat for health reasons, or, you know, not just because they just don't want to eat meat, but I mean, some people physically can't have like certain meats, you know, and that's a huge, I don't know, that's kind of a huge liability issue. Like, what if she was allergic to chicken? There are people who are allergic to chicken, so it was really bizarre. And then, what was the other thing? So the only thing she could get on the menu was the rice ball had the pickled radish inside. And she was fine with that. But still, I thought they would at least have a little bit more vegetable options, because it's not exactly, like, vegetarianism and veganism is not exactly a new thing in this area. This is DC. We have, like, tons of vegan and vegetable, like, restaurants, but whatever. So note that, like, if you're vegetarian or vegan, may not be that, like, maybe just go for the experience and get, like, I don't know, miso. I'm not sure if miso soup is vegan friendly, but yeah, so I wouldn't trust them for, like, really special diets. So yeah, but it's kind of a long video. Just, we had tons of fun, but I just wanted to kind of like recap the thing. Oh, and you can also do games with the maids. Like, there's people doing Jenga, board games. We just like having fun and just goofing around, and they have the maids have like good interaction with us. So we don't really play the games with the maids. We just mess with them in a nice way, and they mess with us too. So we had a blast. So until next time, guys, if you ever consider going to a maid cafe at an anime convention, or even in Japan, my friend Chris Brown, who was with us, he said that the Japanese ones, well, the one that he went to Japan was like completely different, a little bit. He said, I think he said the food was a little better, but he said it was a little bit different, but kind of in the same vein. But anyways, I hope you guys like, subscribe. Have you ever done a maid cafe, either at a convention or in Japan, and how was your experience with it? All right, talk to you later. Bye.